G'day guys and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video, we will be reviewing how I went in round 3 and then I'll be giving you all my tips and predictions for round 4. Alright, not too bad to be honest, 6 out of 8. Pretty respectable week to be fair. I think a lot of people would have tipped the way that I did, except for a few obvious picks, let's be honest. But let's go through it, guys. So Panthers against the Broncos on Thursday night. I backed the Panthers by 6. Probably should have changed this when Payne Haas got ruled out to a bigger margin. But I thought the Broncos had put up a little bit more of a fight. Now, Reece Walsh did get knocked out in like the first 4 minutes or something like that. So it's understandable that the Panthers put a pretty big score on them, winning by 22. But hey, tip right for me. Would have liked to have gotten a little bit closer with the margin there, but outside of that, good way to start. Next up, we saw the Warriors take down the Raiders. Pretty good game, this one, to be fair. It was good because it wasn't one-sided. Like, the Raiders looked pretty good in this one. I thought, they've obviously looked better, but over in Wellington, I believe this was played, or Christchurch, I'm not 100% sure. But the Warriors, they look strong over there, and they proved a lot of people wrong because there was a lot of people that came out and said they don't play well outside of Mount Smart Stadium. So to do this, it's pretty good against the Red Hot Raiders side. Credit to the Warriors, good win there. They get their first win of the season. We've got to talk about it. So obviously, I backed the Rabbitohs in to beat the Roosters. Regardless of who we're playing, I don't care if we're playing the Panthers, the Storm, the bloody Golden State, 73-9 Golden State Warriors. I don't care who it is. Regardless of how much the odds are against us, I will always back my team in. And it hurts me because they're not playing well this year. I'll call a spade when I don't think they'll win. I did come out and say that I think the Roosters probably do get the win, but I can't tip against my boys, and I can't tip the Roosters in this game ever. But, look, disappointing result for us. Great result for the Roosters. Really, really strong win there, so credit to them. Very well deserved. Next up, Bulldogs defeat the Titans 32-0. Do not know what's going on with the Titans. I'm hoping they can turn it around because Des Hasler, great coach. But, defensively, they're not looking good. Even in attack, they're not looking good. So I don't know where they go from here. I really don't. Now Tino's out for the season. It's could be a long year for the Titans. It really could be. Yeah, disappointing for them. But, hey, tip right for me, so we take that. Next up, Cowboys defeat the Dragons 46-24. Great win for the Cowboys, especially at Netstrata Jubilee. I thought this would be a relatively close game, but the Cowboys came out 22-point winners. Very strong win for the Cowboys. Valentine Holmes was outstanding in this game. I thought there was glimpses of positivity for the Dragons, but realistically, the Cowboys were way too good this one. So credit to them. Really big win there for the Cowboys. All right, next up, Sharkies taken down by the Tigers, 32-6. This was the third highest margin of the weekend. The Tigers beating the Sharks 32-6. Now, the Sharks played very well in the first 2 rounds. I did not expect this. Obviously, 5% of people did expect it. 95% didn't. It's got to tell you something. But, very strong win there for the Tigers. And I hope they build on that, man. I really do, because when the Tigers are going well, I think rugby league is in a better place. So shout out to Abby Coruscant. He was outstanding. Tigers, they're looking the goods, man. If they can keep this together, like Justin Olam playing his first game looked incredible. Shout out to the Tigers, man. Strong win for them. Right, next up, we got the Parramatta Eels against the Manly Seagulls. Para getting up in this one, 28-24. I backed Para in this one. Thought they'd get the job done. I know Manly started the season very strong, But I was just like, I feel like Para at Combank get the job done here, and they absolutely delivered in that one. Two close games today too, which is great. So I'm recording this on Sunday. If you haven't clicked on yet, it will get uploaded on Monday due to Wi-Fi issues. We have yet to install Wi-Fi in the new house. So while I'm still paying rent at this house, this is where I'm going to record for now. Setup might change here and there, but yeah. So recording this on Sunday, just so you know, but it will be uploaded Monday. Yeah, great win for the Eels. Great tip there for me, so I take that. Then finally, I backed the Knights in at McDonald Jones Stadium. They obviously beat Storm there last year. I thought, hey, that they can probably do it again. So I was with the 23% of people that tipped the upset in this one. Really good win there for the Knights. Really strong win. I thought Storm were pretty good, but I just thought, Newcastle started the season 0-2, and they proved to everybody that they're not going to go down without a fight this year. So credit to them, good win for the Knights, and we move forward to round 4 tips. And I've already got my tips locked and loaded here, guys. So there will be some changes though. So I pre-recorded about 4 or 5 videos in case I had issues with recording. So these tips are definitely not locked in. I promise you that. So first game, we got the Roosters against the Panthers. I do want to see some form in this one. Wow. Panthers have won 7 of their last 8 against the Roosters. Yeah, I'm going to keep this tip. And look, I genuinely think that the Roosters can win this game. I really do believe that. However, I do think it will hurt them having both their halves out. Sandon Smith likely to miss this one, and Luke Keary, sorry, not Sandon Smith, Sam Walker and Luke Keary both pretty much going to miss this one. Sandon Smith will be one half, and I don't know who they'll go for with the other. Could go for Connor Watson. I'm not too sure. They do have Tyler Moriarty, who, in my opinion, is ready to make his debut. That'll be a dummy half, that is, so he'll probably come off the bench for Brandon Smith. But I don't know what direction they're going to go here. But I just think with very inexperienced halves, the Panthers should win this one. I am going to say, I'm not going to say 13 plus, but I am going to say higher end of a 1-12. I think the Roosters will be competitive up until about that 60th minute, and the Panthers will run away with it. That's my tip there. Next up, we've got the Rabbitohs against the Bulldogs. Rabbitohs winning 6 of their last 9 games. However, the Bulldogs did win that one where the Rabbitohs had a lot of origin players out last year. So, look, this could go one of 2 ways. I'm not confident in this one. I definitely am not confident in this one because we've seen how the Rabbitohs have been playing. Now, the Rabbitohs do tend to turn up for these games, especially Good Friday ones. So if we look back at some Good Friday clashes, 2020 Rabbitohs beat the Bulldogs 26-16. 2021 Rabbitohs beat the Bulldogs 38-0. 2022 Rabbitohs beat the Bulldogs 36-16. And then last year Rabbitohs beat the Bulldogs 50-16. So the Bunnies do turn up in these Good Friday clashes. Again, I'm not confident in this tip, but I am obviously going to back my boys in to win this one. Right, next up, we've got the Brisbane Broncos against the North Queensland Cowboys. Broncos winning 5 of their last 9 against the Cowboys. Cowboys obviously winning 4 of their last 9 against the Broncos. Now, Payne Haas, Reece Walsh both out. I don't think Reynolds is back. I'm not too sure. Obviously, this video is getting posted before team lists, so I don't know. But I am going to tip the Cowboys. The Cowboys are 3-0 to start the season. Like, they've started this year very well. I think they continue that form, and I reckon they do beat the Broncos here. Just, again, inexperienced halves for the Broncos. Chad Townsend, Tom Din should have a field day there. No Payne Haas is a massive out. No Reece Walsh is a massive out. Like, Christian Saylor can do a job, but I think the Cowboys are going to capitalise on that and get a really good win here. So, I think a 1-12 margin. A 13-plus margin here for the Cowboys, to be honest. All right, next up, I obviously did these tips after round 1. So bear with me here, guys. So both sides have won 3 of their last 6 games against each other. Dragons actually have a better winning margin against the Sea Eagles, so that is interesting. But I am changing my original tip here. I think Manly will be too good for the Dragons. I can't see Manly losing this one. To be honest, I think this will be a 13+ win to Manly. I think the Dragons' round 1 game was just a bit of a fluke. I think Manly should be too strong in that one. All right, next up, Titans against the Dolphins. Obviously, they've only played 2 games. Dolphins are winning both of them by 2 points. Oh, man, this is tough. Titans have lost both their games by 24 and 32 points respectively. Dolphins won last game by 38 points. They're coming off a bye. They should be pretty fresh for this game. Very close to sticking with my Titans tip here. However, after last week with Tino out now, I think the Dolphins are too good. I don't think it'll be a 13+ margin, but definitely 1 to 12. I think the Dolphins will be too good there for the Titans. All right, next up, we've got the Warriors back home at Go Media Stadium. Warriors against the Knights here. This is an interesting one. Knights have actually had the wood over the Warriors, winning 5 of their last 8 games there. Warriors do have a better winning margin with 14 and the Knights 10. This is an interesting one. This is definitely an interesting one. Both sides have started the season pretty how you going, to be honest. Knights losing the first 2 games. First one to the Raiders by 16. Next one to the Cowboys by 1. And then they beat the Storm, obviously. The Warriors lost by 4 points in their first 2 games and then won by 8. So I think this is going to be a very tight game. I don't think it'll be a flogging for the Warriors. So I am picking a 1 to 12 margin there. But I do think Warriors do get the job done here. I can't see the Knights winning over in New Zealand in this one. I think this will be a very, very close game. All right, next up, we've got the Raiders against Cronulla. So obviously the Sharkies beat the Raiders in the last game of last year of the regular season, 24-6. However, the Raiders have had the wood over the Sharks prior to that, winning 7. So they've won 7 of their last 8 games. They'd won 7 in a row before Cronulla beat them in the last game for last season. If we look at the last 4, Cronulla were disappointing against the Tigers, so I definitely can see a world where the Raiders win this one. Could definitely go either way though, so that's I think the Raiders are going to be too good. I think it'll be a 1 to 12 margin. I know it's a points bet, but I just think Cronulla. I don't know how to judge them. The Raiders season started off really well. Sharks, I believe, get Nikora back this week, which I think is a big inclusion. I also do think they may make some changes to the back line, maybe bringing like a Kale Iro in or something like that. Not too sure, but I'm going to stick with the Raiders here. I'm going to say 1 to 12. I think it should be a really, really good game, but I think the Raiders will be too good, just. All right, next up, we've got the Eels against the Tigers. Should be a good game here. I think the Tigers will really be up for this. At Comeback, I think it'll be a very entertaining clash. Eels have had the wood over the Tigers, winning 7 of their last 8 games. Last year, the Eels won by 6 points. The year before that, for the Easter Monday game, the Tigers actually beat the Eels by 1. And most of these games, outside of a few, are actually quite competitive. So I think this will be a very close game. Again, I'm going to say 1 to 12, but I am going to stick with the Eels tip in this one. I think they will be too good, but it won't be by much. All right, let's go over these tips once more. And I haven't done it for a few weeks, but I'll give you guys a try score and anytime try scorer for the team that I think wins these games. So Panthers 1-12 over the Roosters. Anytime try scorer. I think Sunil Turuva will score in this one. So he is my anytime try scorer. Rabbitohs 1-12 over the Bulldogs. I think Alex Johnston, he hasn't scored for a little while now. I think he scored round one and then hasn't scored after that. So I do think he is going to cross in this one. So Rabbitohs 1-12, AJ, the anytime try scorer. Broncos Cowboys, obviously I've backed the Cowboys in this one. Kyle Feldt didn't score last week. I think he scores this week. Seagulls, I think I backed them. Sorry, Cowboys 13 plus, my apologies. Cowboys 13 plus. I think Manly win this 13 plus. I think I was going to go 1-12, but I think Manly will be way too strong here. So Manly 13 plus. And I'm going to say, I reckon Turbo scores another try. So Turbo, anytime try scorer. Dolphins 13 plus over the Titans. I think the Dolphins will be way too strong. I'm going to say Jermaine Asako scores there. Warriors 1-12 against the Knights. For the Warriors, I'm going to say, I reckon Roger Tuivasa-Sheck scores another try for them. Raiders 1-12 over the Sharkies, and I'm going to go a little bit bold here. Going Ethan Strange anytime try scorer. And then finally, Eels against the Tigers. Backing in the Eels here. I reckon Dylan Brown crosses for a try at any time. All right, guys, let me know your tips down below in the comments. Also, let me know how you guys are going in 2024. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And as always, my friends, I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.